guys, it is Mel from Mel Ryan 100% You, jumping on for our weekly update. What has been going on this week is a real revisit to explore judgment. And judgment is such an interesting topic, and I talk about it a lot because it's something that is set up when we're little. The minute that you're born, you get weighed and then you get compared. When we get compared or measured in anything that we do, the result of that is a judgment. And so when you think about it, in a judgment situation, there's good or bad, right or wrong, someone wins and someone loses. And so that concept has been coming up, the conflict between what that looks like and how that feels to how it now is not anchoring really well in this conflict judgment with so much bit better. So if you've got a partner, the way that we do relationships for so many of us is we actually have the win or lose relationship. It means that when you come in and say, hey, I'm really tired, I had a really big day at work, my response isn't, wow, you should really do something to support yourself. My response is, wow, you're tired. I stayed up all night last night doing whatever. I'm way more tired than you. Our relationships are based in someone winning in a win-lose situation. When we're trying to prove a point or prove that we're right, if you think of it like a wrestling match, you have the sides where you get to like push yourself back so you can then pounce on the other wrestler or the other person, and you get to pin them down. So if someone says something that you can beat that conversation or you can have a comeback that's really good, we do that, and we do it in a real attacking way that we squish them. Say two people at home and one of them bought one onion to make something and came home and was making the dinner. And the other person said, why did you only buy one onion? And the other person responds with, well, I bought one onion because you bought one onion last time you did the cooking. Now, I know that sounds like a pitiful example, but in the words that we're exchanging with someone, we're literally having the banter and someone squishes the other person to the point that someone wins and someone loses. This is how our relationships are done. Challenge that is going on for many of us at the moment is that doesn't feel right anymore. That winning in a way that we take the other person out or we are proving points is we're creating a divide rather than pulling us together for the same page. This has been my answer to a lot of people this week. Let's come back to the truth, because the truth always wins. And it's listening to what the truth is for yourself. So if you really go back, let's use the onion example. Why did you actually only buy one onion? It wasn't because the other person only bought one, so you wanted to pay them back. It was because you thought, I don't want to buy more than one onion because the onions will probably go off because no one uses them very much. That's your truth. But it became an opportunity like the wrestling match. The minute someone goes, why did you only buy one onion? With confrontation, we absolutely get rid of the truth. We pull back the opportunity to win, and then we just pounce on the other one with our answer. It's the same as who's more tired at the end of the day. It's like if someone stayed up with kids or doing a project or had to study for something, we do is we then use that as leverage to squish the other person or put them down. So we're not building teams, we're building a division, and we're using the background of little losses that we've had in the past where we felt put down or not listened to as fuel to engage in that situation. So it's being able to really work on relationships where we have a win-win, or we make steps in that relationships that we step towards each other in the way that we support each other. Imagine if someone said, I'm really tired, and your response to that was, well, I can imagine you've had a lot on your plate. You're really tired. Do you know what? I'm going to take one for the team today. I'm going to make some dinner, sit down, have a little relax, have a bath, go for a walk, do something that you really need, and we will get you sorted. What we're doing is you also might be tired. No one's saying that you're not tired, but that you're tired. So instead of us having the who's more tired argument that we continuously do with people that we love, or who has to win this situation, who sacrificed more, who did more, who looked after more kids, who held more responsibility. Instead of us competing and winning, what we're doing is we're trying to get rid of the divide and make the team. In relationships, if one person wins, the honest truth is no one wins, because you separate. Someone feels disconnected and not heard, and the other person walks away justified, but it's justified only in their own story. And that's what we were taught in relationships. That's how you do it. It's very hierarchical. We're now trying to make relationships where we both really try and be part of the team and we care about each other and we take it in turns and we look after what the other person wants. We do a lot in this clinic. We talk about percent. So it's what's your capacity to give. So you can get home and be like, I've got 70% today, which means I'm going to have a 70% night, whereas the other person might have 10%. So hold the space to respect that. Another night they could have 90%. And so it's okay if you've got 30%, you can work that out as a team as well. It's meeting each other in the middle, which is such a beautiful way that we move relationships. So this is what's been going on this week. One of those really big ways is to step out of the winning and the losing situation in relationships and then come back to just the absolute truth, because we want connection. When you make a team, you feel really good about yourself. You feel really supported and you feel so much stronger. And so we live in a world where we each other so much and we put each other down that it's really hard to find that. So that's been this week. It's really important to have a check-in on each of your relationships. When you check in, it's, are my words and what I'm saying bringing us closer together, or are we doing a relationship where someone wins, someone loses, and it's putting it more of a division between us? So that's the message this week that is really quite loud, that people want to do things differently. So that's a beautiful check-in and a beautiful way that you can support yourself to have a look at your emotional health in your relationships and see what it looks like for you. Mel from Mel Ryan 100% You, and helping people understand why we react the way we do is my absolute specialty. If you would like to hang out with me, there is so many workshops I have on different life issues that we go through, that we get stuck in, to help you understand yourself a little bit better. So that's all from me this week. Remember to choose to be kind. That is how we make a difference in the world. Love to all.